Beth, if you're willing, I would love to hear a little bit of your story and how you came to be this amazing human and your journey with the voice. And I'd love to know like how that has really become so much of your purpose.
Oh, thank you. I would be happy to do that. I will keep it as brief as I am able. I would say that I came into this world wired to sing, and that I am a singer. I always have been, till the day I die. I probably will be. Beyond that, I don't know. Thankfully, my parents were music appreciators, music lovers. And so I always had really good music, good singers in my life. And my way of coping, my way of surviving, my joy, my delight, my way of regulating my nervous system was through singing. And so I would sit in my rocking chair and I would listen to music and I would sing along, and the moon would be my spotlight. And singing was a joyful experience for me. And then, you go to school, and if you take choir, your choir directors maybe take a little notice of you that you have some kind of ability. And so by the time I was in junior high school, my choir directors noticed that I had some aptitude around singing and being a musician, and encouraged me to take lessons. And I did, and entered into the realm of the classical music singer. And then I can skip forward a whole bunch and just tell you that by the time I got out of college, I went on to college and I studied music to be like a classical singer. And there was so much judgment around it, so much mind effery around it, that by the time I got out of college, my voice was in complete lockdown. Voice was a non-willing participant. I did not have voice's consent to use voice in the way that I was using voice, and my heart was very unhappy. I was disconnected from my power. I was in a state of constant resistance to life. I did not know who I was, what my truth was, what I valued, what I stood for, who I was as a human being, as a spirit, as a human being in this crazy world that we live in. And my heart, I will just say, my heart was broken, and I was singing through a broken heart. And I didn't have any idea how to use my voice. All I learned was to sing a bunch of arpeggios that I really had no idea why I was singing them. And I could sing in French, and I could sing in German, and I could win competitions, completely disconnected from the joy of singing and any sense of being a conduit with spirit, using my voice in alignment with light and love. So Thomas R. Blaylock in Aloha, Oregon, put my voice back together. Hallelujah. Thank you. It's because of him and his technique and the fact that it works that I am singing today. And it is the technique that I impart to the people that I work with in my Path of Authentic Voice work. So here's where Path of Authentic Voice starts to emerge, to blossom, right? So when I got out of college, my college voice teacher said, hey, there is a teaching gig opportunity available. Do you want to be a voice teacher? Whoa, never thought about that. Sure. So I started teaching voice in 1989, the fall of 1989. And I was new to the Blaylock method, and so I didn't teach that method. I was doing all the arpeggio stuff. And yeah, I was making progress with people, but here's the thing. There was something missing. People were not satisfied in their vocal expression. They still felt inhibited. Maybe they still felt a little reluctant. They felt a little shy. And so that really began the journey of realizing that through people's stories, because people started talking to me. It's like, oh, when I was 10, my choir director said, you shouldn't be singing in this choir. Your voice is terrible, right? So what I realized, and here it comes, through hearing people's stories and connecting dots along the way. And this is a span of like 10 years that the dots are connecting, that you can have the most awesome vocal technique in the world. And that's wonderful. That's part of the path of authentic voice, the technical piece of it. But there's the holistic part of it too. And what I discovered is that invariably, if people were feeling disconnected from their authentic voice and disconnected from being able to sing freely and in an empowered way, it invariably had to do with some kind of disconnect with either and or power, acceptance, truth, and heart.
Man, how drum roll on that.
Yeah, right. How fortunate that the universe made it PATH. Isn't that elegant and beautiful? So I started working with that, and I started to witness amazing things. When people understood how their voices worked, and they had exercises to condition their voice to give it strength, stamina, and flexibility, just to condition the voice, to understand how the voice works. And then they're also working on their alignment with empowerment, acceptance, truth, and heart. That alchemy, the alchemy of all that, is what allows for a person's authentic voice, V with a capital V, to emerge. So that's how Path of Authentic Voice came into being.